Thank you very much. We'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for coming through. I know it was a bit of a short notice. We want to start by saying that the Gauteng Provincial Government welcomes the audit outcomes of the 2022-2023 financial year, recently tabled by the Auditor General of South Africa, Tsakani Maluleke. The Gauteng Province, which is the nerve center of the South African economy, has 11 municipalities in total, of which 3 are category A, or what we know as metros, and we've got 2 district municipalities and 6 local municipalities. The overall audit outcomes stabilised in 2022-2023, with 7 out of the 11 municipalities receiving unqualified opinion. Whilst most municipalities maintain the same outcomes as in the 2021-2022 financial year, the City of Ekurhuleni saw a regression, while the City of Tshwane registered notable improvements. The starting point must be to define the audit opinions, or rather outcomes, because as you know, in most cases, there is no understanding that is common from the media and from members of the public in terms of what these audit outcomes mean. So the first thing is that there are 4 categories of audit opinions or outcomes. Firstly, it's what is known as adverse. Secondly, there's what is called a disclaimer. Then thirdly, there's what is called a qualified and unqualified. So you hear from the 4, there's nothing called clean. It's what is called unqualified, but the reason in auditing terms, there's nothing called clean audit. But what you commonly know as clean audit is what is called unqualified without findings. Without findings. So it's unqualified. So meaning that if a municipality has an unqualified audit, it has done well. So I think that is important, so that when we have a conversation, we start that. Because sometimes people feel that you don't have a clean, so there's nothing like that. But it's just to simplify things. So a disclaimer of audit opinion indicates that the municipality has provided insufficient evidence in the form of documentation on which to base an audit opinion. So then it becomes a disclaimer. And the lack of sufficient evidence is not confined to specific amounts or represents a substantial portion of the information contained in the financial statements. An adverse opinion indicates that the municipality's financial statements contain material misstatements that are not confined to specific amounts, or the misstatements represents a substantial portion of the financial statement. A qualified audit opinion indicates that the municipality's financial statements contain material misstatements in specific amounts, or there is insufficient evidence for the AG to conclude that specific amounts included in the financial statements are not materially misstated. An unqualified audit with findings indicates that the municipality's financial statements contain no material misstatements. However, findings have been raised in either reporting or predetermined objectives or non-compliance with legislation or both these aspects. An unqualified audit without findings, also known as a clean audit, indicates that a municipality's financial statements are free from material misstatements and there are no material findings on reporting on performance objectives or non-compliance with legislation. So over the 5-year period, I think this becomes important. What becomes the 5-year overview of audit outcomes in Gauteng municipalities? Over a 5-year period from 2018, 2019 to 2022-2023 financial years, Midvaal local municipality maintained its clean audit. In the same period, the City of Johannesburg, West Rand District Municipality, Sidibeng District Municipality, and Lesedi local municipalities have maintained unqualified audits with some findings. The City of Tshwane, which maintained unqualified audits with the findings for the first 3 years under review, received an adverse opinion in the 2021-2022 financial year. The Metro received a qualified opinion in the 2022-2023 financial year, marking a significant improvement. Rand West City local municipality, which received qualified opinions in the 2019, 2020 and 2020/2021 financial years, saw an improvement in 2021-2022 with an unqualified audit outcome, which it has since maintained. In the period under review, Ekurhuleni local municipality obtained qualified outcomes in the first 2 years and an unqualified outcome with findings in the 2020-2021 financial year and 2 consecutive qualified outcomes in the succeeding financial years. Mirafong, over the last 5 years, have received consistently a negative audit opinion, going from a very positive audit opinion, namely an unqualified audit opinion, to disclaimer opinion, mainly due to problems with its financial management systems, management of the audit process, availing audit information in time, and management instability, which now seems to have been addressed. Mogale City also went from a very positive audit opinion, namely an unqualified opinion, to that of a qualified audit opinion, mainly due to challenges audit findings in property, plant, and equipment audit findings. This has also received major attention with the introduction of interim financial statements for the 2023-2024 audit, which addresses these findings prior to the new audit of 2023-2024. The City of Ekurhuleni, which received an unqualified outcome with findings in the first year under review and 3 consecutive clean audits, subsequently received an unqualified outcome with findings in the 2022-2023 financial year, and this marks a regression. The number of Gauteng municipalities that submitted credible financial statements for auditing increased by 5%, from 33% to 38%. This improvement is attributed to intensified reviews by senior management, internal audit committees, by audit committees and the audit units and the Gauteng Provincial Treasury, the Gauteng Department of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, and the South African Local Government Association. It should be noted that 2023 was the first time that sector departments combined efforts to strengthen the review process. This initiative, coupled with the production of interim financial statements, is aimed at improving the quality of reporting by municipalities, resulting in financial statements free from material misstatements and/or omissions. The quality of submitted performance reports improved from 50% to 54%. Commendably, residents were engaged during public participation sessions in setting priorities. However, in some instances, the related performance targets were then either revised or not prioritized, resulting in communities not receiving the desired services. Targets not being achieved further affected the adequacy of basic services delivered to communities. In response to our previous year's call to action, the metros, including the National Treasury's common performance indicators in their performance reports. However, greater agencies required from accounting officers, mayors, and members of mayoral committees to address service delivery challenges. Internal units and audit committees should intensify their quarterly assessment of performance information. Council oversight committees should hold executive leadership accountable for the implementation of service delivery plans. Compliance with legislation is not only improving and remains a stumbling block, rather, compliance with legislation is not improving and remains a stumbling block towards good governance, as most municipalities still did not comply with procurement legislation. Most common findings identified by the AG relates to 1. Expenditure management, 2. Unauthorized, irregular, fruitless, and wasteful expenditure, 3. Procurement and contract management, 4. Material misstatements or limitation in submission of annual financial statements, and 5. Consequence management. Some progress was made where municipalities investigated unauthorized, irregular, and fruitless and wasteful expenditure. Additionally, disciplinary boards were established to deal with the cases of financial misconduct. We call upon the speakers of councils, municipal public accounts committees, and other council committees to instill a culture of good governance by promptly investigating instances of unauthorized, irregular, and wasteful expenditure, and by ensuring that the disciplinary boards are functioning and are efficient. In aid of credible annual financial statements, the Gauteng Provincial Treasury has embarked on operational plans, support, and monitoring activities. These include activities to improve the financial reporting control environment. On a quarterly basis, the team responsible assesses whether municipalities comply with the Municipal Finance Management Act, and these assessments report identify opportunities for improvement within the financial reporting control environment. The Gauteng Provincial Treasury assesses if municipalities are performing their key controls testing, while also assessing whether municipalities are implementing action plans developed in response to the outcomes of the previous year's audit process. These plans are a requirement in terms of the Section 131 of the Municipal Finance Management Act. On a quarterly basis, the team also assesses the functionality of governance structures, internal audit activities, and audit committees. The functionality of governance structures supports municipalities in achieving their own targets through systematic processes that identify and manages risks associated with municipalities' objectives. Beyond the standard support given to municipalities, the Gauteng Provincial Treasury has also introduced new initiatives to improve the credibility of the annual financial statements. We have introduced the annual financial statement accelerator program, which requires municipalities to produce interim financial statements. The initiative was well received. Most of our municipalities took up the challenge to produce these interim financial statements. We are working on onboarding other municipalities to do the same. These interim financial statements were reviewed by the Gauteng Provincial Government Annual Financial Statement Review Team with the aim of identifying opportunities to improve municipalities' audit outcomes. Another initiative explored was the introduction of the audit preparation workshop, where the roles of municipal managers, chief financial officers, audit committee chairpersons, and chief audit executives were highlighted for the current audit process. The workshop was organized in conjunction with the AG, Provincial COPTA, and SALGA. The idea is to create a culture shift where annual financial statement preparation is viewed as a year-long process informed by daily, weekly, and monthly disciplines. As part of our effort to assist local government in attaining preferred audit outcomes, Gauteng Provincial Government, led by Treasury, embarks on a technical annual financial reviews before submissions to the AG for audit process. These reviews have been intensified in the current year to include testing at the source document level for high-risk areas. All our concerns during the reviews have been rectified before the submissions to the AG. We are pleased that all our municipalities have managed to submit their draft annual financial statements by the 31st August 2024 as legislated. During the audit, we will continue with our technical support to local government by providing technical astuteness during the audits. We will identify if there are any matters for consistency application. We will escalate any technical disagreements to the Accounting Standard Boards and National Treasury, Office of the Accountant General. And in conclusion, as the Gauteng Provincial Government, we believe that while some audit outcomes of municipalities in the province are not ideal, there is room for improvement. We intend to continue to work towards, together with Office of the Auditor General of South Africa, the Gauteng COPTA and SALGA, as well as our municipalities, to foster a culture of an accountability ecosystem and proactively monitor performance. Ultimately, our objective is to provide support to improve our municipalities' audit opinions, which has a direct impact on service delivery. Stronger fiscal controls will not only improve governance, but they will also allow for more resources to be directed towards critical areas of service delivery, ensuring that we build better and more resilient communities. Thank you very much for your attention, ladies and gentlemen.